We thought it was important not to just dump the Chromebooks into the laps of our teachers or immediately give every student a Chromebook. We really wanted to do this more thoughtfully. So instead we chose a few teachers who we thought would jump right into using them, who already were really comfortable with all sorts of technology and would be able to effectively integrate the Chromebooks into what they were doing in the classroom already. So we gave each of them a classroom set, enough Chromebooks that every student had one whenever they wanted one. And we gave the teachers complete control over how they used the Chromebooks. We did, though, make it an action research project. In other words, each of us had to settle on something to investigate. And in my case, as a science teacher, I chose to compare different ways of keeping a science journal, the traditional hardbound or paper-bound but handwritten, hand-drawn version, versus something online. And what I did was I told the kids who chose to do the online version, all right, you have to make a sketch or you have to write a description, you've got to make a graph, whatever. I didn't tell them how to do it, I just let them figure it out, and it worked really well. The teachers doing this project met weekly about what worked and what didn't, share our successes and our difficulties. We shared our documents through Google Apps for Education, so we had the same experience that our kids were having. We looked at it from their point of view. We kept notes, we documented our experience, and in the end we reported back to the whole staff.
We were doing action research as a staff on these. Action research involves figuring out what your question is, testing it, looking at your results, and then tweaking your question, and then it's basically what we do as teachers all the time anyway, in terms of developing curriculum. So I had the kids help design what did they want to test. Some kids were testing specific apps. The two girls wanted to find, are there apps that we can use on the Chromebooks that would help make our math class more fun and interesting and help us practice those facts that are hard to learn. Two of the boys wanted to look at presentation software. Can we use Prezi on the Chromebooks? Is the Google presentation tool just as good as PowerPoint? Will we be losing anything if we're trying to do slideshows on the Chromebooks? As a class, we were looking about using Google Docs instead of Word because, of course, on the Chromebooks, since they're all web-based, there is no Microsoft Word. And so different kids chose specific areas that they wanted to study and then spent the class period testing and researching. And once they found their answer, going, okay, well, here are these, but will we really use them? And going back and back around. And then at the end of the course, each small team had to prepare a presentation to share with the middle school faculty about what they had learned about the Chromebooks, whether or not they felt that they were useful in class, and whether they recommend that we purchase them as a school.